What's going on, gamers? We got some interesting news here. Well, I wouldn't say it's interesting. I would say it's pretty obvious considering that Microsoft only cares about AI. And yeah, I got a good video too coming with Satya about what he said too. So get ready for both because we got some stuff to talk about and why this is happening. Christopher Dring, sales of Xbox consoles were down almost 40%, 39% in the UK during 2025, making it comfortably the worst year of all time up there. He says the worst year on record for Xbox consoles. That's embarrassing, man. They just had the worst year of all time in the UK. Is this surprising though, guys? Remember, we said it. I'm not here to say Xbox is dead because I just want to say it to foreign. No, officially it is. Is it because of us gamers? No. We did everything we possibly could. You know me, I game on everything. I love Nintendo the most, but I love PlayStation 2. I love Steam. I love Sega when Sega was around. You know what I mean? I liked Atari. I liked arcades. Arcades ain't here like they used to be. Remember, get the little the quarter rolls that you would use to go to the Washateria with? Yeah, man, we were back in those days playing stuff like Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Time Crisis, House of the Dead. You know what I mean? Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter. You know, they had that before they had Marvel versus Capcom. We were there in the arcade days. I go all the way back to OG Xbox days. I was there for every console, handhelds too, all that. And I do not like seeing any platform die, but I got so mad at Microsoft. You guys remember that. Now you see why I did that. They don't care about Xbox. They didn't give any deals because they couldn't, because they got screwed over on the AI data feed. They were too focusing, like Satya, what Sony did with that gas rush. This is worse though. And we've seen these gas rushes before. Microsoft done some things before. Satya is on a goose chase for AI, and he's forgetting that, dude, what made Microsoft? Software, Windows, and all that, right? But they're just going full-blown AI, and I do not agree. And Copilot is not adding up for the goose chase. We're seeing another crash here. Coming, I'm telling you. And investors already know. They're looking at Microsoft and they're like, your Xbox is dying. You forgot the foundation of what's the most important thing, Windows and all that type of stuff. Your Windows 11 is being abandoned too. The updates were failing. You crashed the whole airport. I mean, what you want me to say, man? I've expected better from Microsoft, but they're not doing it. And they're just being goofy, man. And they're betraying left and right for this goose chase, and it's not good. So this is embarrassing seeing Xbox now have the worst year on record for Xbox consoles. That means worse than the original Xbox. Not that I like the original Xbox, but I'm just saying it didn't sell amazingly well. It was like right next to GameCube pretty much, like 24, 25 million or whatever. But that was their first start, so that's different. But when you're like having your worst year already and you still have a few years left, that's not good. So in 2026, Microsoft, what can you do to improve? Do you think they're going to drop the price? Guys, they stormed out of that building over at SK Hynix in the Samsung world over in South Korea last week. We got that report. Remember that? They didn't get chosen for the DRAM AI push. They blocked them off and said, no, we're giving it to Dell. We're giving it to Lenovo. Hey, you better believe China has a big hand in this. We're giving it to Asus and we're giving it to Apple. These are our, suppliers from our cartel, wink, RAM industry. Get ready for the SSDs next. This is getting insane. We've seen the GPU prices. I only see it getting worse because you want to know why? The Xbox consoles are going to be getting even more expensive because Microsoft did not get what they wanted for AI data feed. So that is still a priority. And since they're going to do that, they're not subsidizing and giving you a deal on Xbox. They want as much money as they can possibly get. They fell down to 4th place on the market cap. Google got ahead of them now. Apple passed them up. And Nvidia is still number 1. And they were fighting at first, remember? So they're not happy. You think those egos are happy? You think Wall Street is going to be getting what they want? No. There's something going on here. Micropactor tried to help. So Game Pass deals are not going to be happening. Xbox hardware is not going to be giving you any deals. They don't care. It's about to be a luxurious Ferrari in the gaming industry. But here's the thing with this. You can't look at the gaming industry the way that you look at everything else. You have to know how to adjust when things get crazy. And by looking at things here, we realize that it's just looking bad. I can't wait to see the full numbers, like worldwide. Obviously, we know how worldwide is going to be terrible, but what's going to be going on in the US? How bad is it in December for them? But this is for the full year. And they've already dropped down so much the past year. Every year it's a drop down. And now you drop down an even further 39%. How much farther can these dudes go in the negative? They're killing the Xbox brand. Like it's been in the grave, and they're already pissing on it, and now they're getting ready to drop on it. Yeah, man, it's like leave the grave alone. You know what I mean? If some people want to visit it, they can't even visit it. Every time they visit it, these CEOs in suits sitting over there with some AI feed sitting on the back of their shirts and on the front, or some jacket or something, just still peeing on it. I don't need you. I don't care about you. I need my AI data feed. Thank you for all the support, though. And shout out to Phil Spencer. He did what he could, but I think there's not much he can do about it. It's not his fault. So don't blame him and think that it's his fault, because it's not. Okay, so let's read some of these comments. Now, Christopher Drink says, comfortably, guys, this is a key word too, because that wasn't in it. Comfortably the worst year. Comfortably, guys. With the return of favorite Xbox franchises in 2026, might things improve this year? No, because Microsoft is going to be going for publishing. So they're looking to make their money. That's why that guy put on that Halo t-shirt. He already saw the truth, let me tell you. Even though you should have did that in a different field, not the last Halo event for Xbox history. Yeah, I still can't believe that. What Microsoft has to do, or what Xbox branch has to do, is become a grand publisher for 2026 for PlayStation, for Steam. The Steam machine is tied into Steam, but obviously that factors into the PC ecosystem. And for the Switch 2, you need as much Switch 2 ports as possible. And there was an article I read the other day that said Nintendo dev kit issues are done. Everybody officially has Nintendo dev kit issues, and they've been having them. So Microsoft needs to, I'm telling you right now, guys, the Switch 2 this year is about to get an insane amount of ports, insane amount of support. Get ready, it's going to come heavy. But Microsoft needs to dump everything as possible on that ecosystem, because that is a living, thriving ecosystem that's going to keep on selling. Obviously, they're going to put everything they can on PlayStation. And Steam is automatic, even with Game Pass being there. And they have to make Game Pass attractable, because that's how the Xbox branch is going to profit. And whatever somebody buys when they buy an Xbox console, they're going to get the full profit for that if they buy it, considering how insane the PC market is. So the only thing I could see Microsoft doing to make Xbox consoles attractive is if you bundle in games and 3 months of Game Pass. But are they going to do that? I don't think so, because they want that 30% profit margin. Or apparently they denied that, right? We don't know what that is. So I think it's somewhere in that range, though. Some people were saying hi. I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. You never know, though. So when the runner slide says no, drink, it won't. Grand Nasty says lifetime worse, including Xbox One, OG Xbox. Oof, that's what I'm saying. It's like, damn, man. I am curious if a new Gears, Fable, and Forza along with Halo Remake will make any sort of dent. Well, here's the thing. Everybody knows you could play it on higher settings on PC, higher settings on the PS5 Pro, and play it on the go and be able to get it on the Switch. So it's not going to be what you want for performance. But the idea is they have a base, and it's the way the Nintendo base works. And devs are going to have to start optimizing more, where it's like, I like this ecosystem. I like my handheld mode. I don't care. I'm only in the Nintendo world. And I'm going to take that sale, because it's no different money than buying it on PlayStation and buying it on Xbox and buying it on Steam. That's what I tell people, look, dude, like all that stuff. And if you could get a solid 30 on some of them, or they find a way with 40 and get that VRR going, people don't care, man. They're going to love that, because they're going to be able to take it on the go. So I promise you right now, they're trying to get as much games as they possibly can on the Nintendo Switch 2, because that publishing power needs to pull through. You do not want the Xbox branch getting shut down, because that's what's going to happen if they don't pull through. So I think they'll be able to survive as a publisher. And everybody knew this. We were kind of calling this last year, but I knew some people wanted to see better. And, you know, I understand that. You didn't want to give up. It's not your fault. Microsoft is the one that gave up, not you. So, no, there ain't going to be a dent for the Xbox consoles, because you don't have any exclusive locked identity there, and you can't play that game because your market is not going to flourish with that. You need those other markets. And that's just the way that it works. It's not an argument anymore. They have to. So, I mean, yeah, this sucks. Good F Microsoft. That guy's like, damn. I don't think Fable is going to make it. Okay, out of all games, that's what I'm worried about. Because there's another game that's coming around the corner that I know that can be potentially good and have a breakout, even if it's only 5 million. And that's State of Decay 3. This is one of those genres in games that I think can turn out to be really good. So wait one business day before giving your reactions to a Chris String post. Nah, I mean, there's no reason to lie about that. He pretty much nailed it, you know. He's the official guy there. And then we're going to get Matt Piscatella to give us December and the total year for USA. And Famitsu doesn't really matter because Xbox, they don't do anything in Japan. You want that for Nintendo mainly and PlayStation to see what they could have done there. But I mean, everything matters, so you just want the full results. This guy says Xbox can make all their incoming game consoles exclusive and it will make zero difference on their hardware performance. Exactly. It doesn't work. So I just saw that. Phil Spencer knows this. He's been accepted a long time ago. If you want Xbox to still be up there on the charts and look like it's competitive, it's going to have to be as a publisher and as a service with Game Pass and stuff like that. Because it still can be a good deal if you got 2 great games dropping real quick and you may have missed that month and you're like, man, this will cost me, because they may do $80. You never know with that company. But even then, this could cost me 150 something. You know what I mean? I could just spend $30 and I can get both of those in one go and maybe some other games. So there can still be some attraction to Game Pass in that sense. No, but at $800 to $1,000 console next year, return the ship around. That's sarcasm. Will the Xbox sell at least 1 million units this year? Man, I don't know, man. Copilot, how I can save my failing console business. There's some sarcasm there. Well, yeah, guys, this sucks. Let me know what you guys think about this. Look, I'm not surprised by this, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the gaming industry is not surprised by this. But yeah, worst of all time, man, you guys are just hitting new lows. Peace out. This sucks. Sorry, Xbox gamers. Hang in there.